already know what it is. It's Barbershop Conversations. Hit the subscribe and the like button today.
Already, Mikey and Abner are we're pretty much doing the same game plan. So what I'm doing with Abner, I'm just gonna continue to do with Mikey because same kind of idea with the fighters, with the exception that Mikey is gonna be the taller guy, and with Abner, Cuellar is the bigger guy. So that's the only difference, but same styles.
How hard does Cuellar hit? You felt both Abner and Cuellar, but how does Cuellar? How hard does he hit compared?
Cuellar does hit hard, man. Cuellar hits very hard. He's very strong, tremendous power. He's very strong physically, but also mentally. He's got that mentality of that bull, that warrior mentality that just goes out looking for the knockout.
Now, is this going to be, the betting public wants to know, is this going to be when John Gruden goes to Tampa Bay and destroys the Raiders? You got the secret recipe, you know every play, you know every move?
Look, it's not that I have the secret recipe. It's just that I know Abner's in great shape. Listen, we had a year of training, preparing for this fight, preparing to win this fight, and I know Cuellar very well. I know him, like I said, during training, right before they walk out into the arena. I know the way he is. I know how he thinks. So that could be a plus. It's just I guess I'm fortunate to know that when Abner came to me, knowing that now we're facing the guy that I used to train, I think that could be an advantage.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it'll be a mixture of boxer Salido to try and upset the apple cart with Cuellar?
Look, Cuellar is very aggressive, throws a lot of punches. We have to fight smart. We have to be stick to the game plan. Look, this is my first. Even though we've been together for a year, this is my first fight with Abner. So going into the fight, if Abner does everything he's been training to do, then I have no doubt that he'll come out of the ring as a world champion. But like I said, this is my first fight with him, so I don't know if during the fight he'll forget what we trained and do what he's used to doing. I don't know if that was the case in other fights. He picked up a lot of really good things, and he believes in me, so I think he's going to stick to the game plan.
Okay. Now, there's going to be a lot of Mexican flags in the arena, one Mexican style. And, I mean, on the outside looking in, it looks like if Abner Mares uses his footwork, it can be a long night for Cuellar because he's a come forward, lack of head movement. How does Abner, he's never been in a boring fight that I've seen recently. How do you convince him that winning those boring rounds is good?
Look, Abner is Mexican, and like you said, most of the people that are going to be cheering for him, for the Mexican, because there's going to be nothing but Mexicans in the arena. But I think Mexicans also appreciate a good boxer, counter puncher, because he's not going to be running. He's not going to be running. He's going we're going to be boxing smart and counter punching and landing good punches. And Abner also has decent power. Cuellar's been hurt before. I don't care what people say, or I was in his corner when he fought Darchinian, and I know it wasn't counted as a knockdown, but he was down. He went down due to a punch. The ref didn't count it, but he went down. And in the fourth round he got hurt again by Darchinian. So he does get hit, and he does get hurt. You could see it. He also got stopped, got knocked down in one of his earlier fights before he came to me. So it's not like he can't go down with Abner's power. So anything could happen. So the fans, if they see a good boxer, counter punchers, fighting smart and using his combinations, footwork in and out, but then connects a good punch and hurts him, they love it too. They appreciate it.
I just watched that fight, and it looked like the unpredictability of Vic Darchinian kind of made Cuellar uncomfortable a bit.
Look, I think so too. And look, when Cuellar knocked him out, of course, like I said, Cuellar hits very hard. So it just takes one punch for for Cuellar to finish a fight. So that's why we have to be very very careful, very smart throughout every second of every round. If it goes 12, we have to be ready for the full 12 rounds every second of the round, because one punch could change it all, and Cuellar does have the power to change it.
What's impressed you the most with Abner in this camp?
Look, for a full year training, having dates and then the dates being canceled, postponed, changed. If I'm not mistaken, it's four. This is the fourth date. You know, we were scheduled to fight in March, then June. Then they told us that this fight was going to be in October. So we started training for October also, and now December. He never showed any signs of frustration or being upset. He always thought like I think, things happen for a reason. It gives us more time to work together, more time to learn from each other. So I think it was the best thing that could have happened.
How about a funny question? Do you think Abner Mares took after you and went and saw his wife and family?
Look, like I said, I don't mind. Like I said, as long as I was always in good talks with the wife every time she came around to the gym, because she came visit a couple of times. I would talk to her. How's he doing? Is he getting enough rest? She would tell me that's all he does. He's resting, and there's no problem if him being around his wife. I'm not that old school trainer where doesn't allow and any woman around or girlfriend or wife around the husband for 2 months before the fight. I was a fighter, and that was frustrating. That was the worst thing that could have happened. So, fighters need the support, the love, the wife, the kids, the friends. It's also motivation for them. So, maybe a lot of old school trainers or old school reporters might see that negative, but I don't see anything wrong with it. I actually think it benefits. Since I've been working with my fighters, with the exception of Chino Maidana, because he only came to the United States to train for 2 months. Everybody else, when Brandon always lived at his house, Mikey lives at his house with his wife. All my other champions have always had their wives around. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We've had the success. We've had made a lot of champions allowing that. So why would I change it?
You got a great set of murals on your wall up in Oxnard. Talk about the difference between you and your dad. You said old school. You're a bit more contemporary. Even how you do interviews, you're a bit more contemporary. And talk about how you've learned from your dad and potentially taken that to level 2, level 3, level 4.
Look, everything I know, I did learn it from my dad, and my dad's always still involved, still gives me good advice, still goes to Abner's training, still goes to Mikey's, still involved in all of my fighters' training camps. But I kind of put things put things together. Everything that I've learned from him, plus what I learned as a fighter, because my father never fought, so he never knew what it was like to maybe get hurt a little bit in a round and maybe take a round off by boxing or moving around or playing it smart. He was the other way around. You're the fighter, you're the champ, you got to go and defend your title. Or other things that I know is there's days where you're in the gym and the plan is to spar 10 rounds, but maybe you don't feel that good, and maybe five should be enough. My father would make me do those 10, even if I got my ass kicked. He would still make me do those 10. Or sometimes the fighter needs a day off. Rest is very important. Besides training hard, obviously, rest is very important. And sometimes the fighter needs a day off. I give my fighters a day off once in a while, and the next day they come stronger, faster. They come more relaxed. So my dad doesn't believe in taking any breaks. My dad's Monday through Saturday every day, train hard, and and it's good. We do train too, but there's that time where the fighter needs a day off, and I do give my fighters a day off because I was a fighter. That's the only difference. Besides that, I still listen to him. I still pick up a lot of things during training. He's watching sparring, and after sparring he tells me, look, Abner should let's do this a little bit better, and I'll do it, because I know he's right. But yeah, when it comes to being inside the ring, I lived it, and I've learned from that probably more than him.
Being inside the ring, when you became a fighter and you knew your career was over, in between, did you have aspirations of becoming a trainer, or someone said you should be a trainer?
Never did, man. It's funny the way that happened, because at 26, when I had my last professional fight, my plans were just to forget about boxing. I hated boxing, honestly. I hated boxing. The last couple of fights that I had, I didn't even want to be in the ring. I did it because everybody around, you could still fight, you could still become a champion again. I really didn't want to anymore. I didn't want to. I was sick of it. I was tired of the sport. So I decided to retire and never again have anything to do with boxing. But a few years went by, and I started volunteering, helping out with the kids in the gym right there in Oxnard, the gym that my dad was running. I started helping out, and then little by little, my dad told me, why don't you try to train this two professional fighters? At that time, they were very good friends of mine. Well, they're still good friends of mine, and they were fighting professionals. So,
who were they? The first two fighters?
Felipe Campa and Arturo Barraza, Ganso. They were they're still my really good friends, and I started doing it. But the thing that I loved was the traveling. Because I traveled throughout the world in the amateurs and as a professional fighter. My first 3 fights were in Japan, but I never enjoyed the traveling because we were always making weight. After the fight, next day in the morning, you fly back home. So I never really enjoyed it. But when I started doing that with my 2 friends, it was like, damn, it's something new to me. I go out, I didn't have to go to bed. I could go have a drink, meet people, stuff like that. So that's why I started doing it. I never thought I would be in this position where I've trained or made 9 world champions. I never really thought I'd be in this position.
So you're not predicting the future? You didn't say 10.
Look, in boxing, I don't like to. I'm very confident about it. But no, there's no, there's nothing that guarantees me this. I will have my 10th world champion, and I'm hoping that it's this Saturday, because I'm very confident about it. One day, I'm sure I'll be up in 15, maybe even 20 one day. But I that's one thing I hate to do. I don't like predicting it, but I do feel very confident that we could pull this one off.
Robert, you always told me you don't care about getting Trainer of the Year anymore. But who do you think stood out this year?
Honestly, look, I know if we get this win, it'll be a huge win. But, besides that, Mikey came back, and Alex Bostic had 3 good fights on pay-per-view and looked very good. So, I think that's doing a good job. But I honestly believe that Manny Robles accomplished 2 world champions, and they're really good fighters, really good names. So I really believe he could be the one that gets Trainer of the Year. Roach is also in a good position. Manny Pacquiao had 2 good wins, and if they win this Saturday, it's also another one that's up for the run. But I really believe Manny Robles deserves it because made 2 world champions, and Valdez is a hell of a fighter. He's made him into a great world champion, and now he's doing the same thing with Jesse Magdaleno. So I really believe Manny Robles could be or should be Trainer of the Year.
Have you gotten your credit, Robert? Do you think?
Huh?
Do you think you gotten your credit throughout the years, or do you think people
Look,
still?
what I've learned is, when they do the poll, like I believe Ring Magazine does it. They let the fans pick. I've won them 3 or 4 times. but the whatever the other ones are, the Boxing Writers Association, I think it's mostly politics. I think it's mostly who's involved and who you know. When I was really disappointed is when one year I had a really good year, and one of the persons that's part of that organization, I really know if it's called an organization or whatever it is, told me, look, Robert, I really thought it was you, but I asked the main guy. I don't even know who the main guy is either. and they said, "Oh no, those are the guys that made fun of Freddie Roach." So should that be the reason? You know what I mean? It's all about politics, and I really don't care if I ever get it again. My fighters are happy, and my team is happy. I still get nothing but love from you guys, reporters, and fans. That's what matters to me and my team.
Okay, so you're gonna move Robert's over there.
Last question, Rob. What did Robert Garcia do with that Mayweather money?
I invested my money. Look,
Well, we can tell. You got it.
look, my dad, even though he never went to school, he never had any people backing him up. He always thought about investing and buying properties, and that's his retirement for him. He owns a few houses, lives in one, and lives off his rent money. So since Mikey started making money, that's the first thing he told Mikey, start doing that. And then in the Riverside area, it's a lot cheaper, so we're able to do it a little bit easier. That's the reason my dad moved to Riverside. That's the only reason for his retirement. He sold his houses in Oxnard and bought like 7 houses in Riverside. So he lives in one and rents the other ones. And my Donna had great paydays. Brandon also had some nice paydays. So that's what I did. I bought a few properties and live in one and rent out the other ones. And this is probably just the beginning. We could do a lot more than that. Because I graduated high school, but I'm not. I can't say I could invest my money in other things, which I know nothing about. Real estate is probably the easiest way.
Your story is a microcosm of Oscar De La Hoya holding those 2 flags in the Olympics when he had the Mexican flag and the American flag.
We were so proud of that, because he was representing it. He was representing. I know he was representing the USA, and he's proud of it. But he's also proud of being Mexican.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey guys, it's your girl Angie. You're watching Barbershop Conversations. Make sure to click the button below to subscribe, like the video. Don't like it, leave a comment. You can also follow me at Angelica Curtis on Instagram. See you soon.